If you've been lying awake at night, doing the math in your head, rent, mortgage, bills, how long can I make this last? This video is for you. Because here's what I want you to know. Before we touch our savings, the number in your head right now is almost always scarier than the numbers on paper. I know it's hard to believe. The fear is super loud, but I've been through this 4 times. And every single time when I finally sat down, it was more manageable than what I've been running in my head at 2 a.m. Today, I'm going to show you how to find the financial runway you didn't even know you had. Let's do this. We are going to go through your expenses. Yes, every single one. Then figure out what you can cut back on, what you can pause, which bills are worth calling for, and what you can do to make your money last a little longer while you find your next thing. Because we know the job market sucks and we're taking much longer than we expect. Okay, let's do this exercise together. Open a spreadsheet or grab a piece of paper and write down every single monthly expense. Yes, every single one. Now, I know this part is not fun. Going through your expenses can feel so heavy, but I promise, it's so much better than the version running in your head. To make it easier, I created a free template that you can grab after watching this video. So you don't have to build it from scratch, just fill it in. Now, here are your 4 categories. Category 1, fixed and non-negotiable. Your mortgage or rent, utilities, minimum debt payments, these are the ones you have to pay. But even these, we're going to talk about negotiating. Category 2, fixed but negotiable, like car insurance, credit cards, student loans, car payments, internet, phone, medical bills. These feel fixed. They're not. Every single one of these, you can pick up the phone and change. Category 3, variable. Pause or reduce. Subscriptions, streaming services, gym membership, dining out, shopping. These can all be cut today. Category 4, variable. Cancel or eliminate. The stuff you forgot you were paying for. The annual auto renewals, the apps you downloaded and never opened, the memberships quietly draining your account every single month. Let me show you what I found when I actually sat down and did this. I had a gym membership that I hadn't used in months. Just paying for it every month coming out from my account, nonstop. I had software subscriptions I barely used. I had streaming services, and look, I love a good show, but I didn't need 4 of them at the same time. I had books, music, plans, and trail apps that I was paying for when there's a perfectly good free option. And here's the one that really got me. I had 2 credit cards with annual fees coming due in a couple of months. I caught them just in time, called and canceled before they charged me. None of these were dramatic. None of these felt like a big decision. But when I added them all up, it was hundreds of dollars a month just leaving my account. Pretty significant. So go through every bank statement, every credit card statement, line by line. Look for anything that says annual or recurring. You will find things you forgot about. I know this exercise is hard. Quick question before we keep going. How do you feel about going through your expenses? Drop it in the comments. I'm sure you're not alone. And one more thing, go through your calendar and your email inbox and look for anything you've booked or paid in advance, like upcoming trips, concert tickets, hotel reservations, or vacation rentals. Check the cancellation policy before you lose the refund window. While you're at it, look for any prepaid services like massage packages, personal training sessions, class packs. Check the refund or pause policy on all of them. Because this is the part most people skip, not because they don't know they can call, but because it feels embarrassing. Like calling and asking for help means you can't handle it. I felt that too. Here's what actually happens when I pick up the phone. I'm sitting at my kitchen table, staring at my credit card statement, heart beating a little faster than normal. And I think, what's the worst they can say to me? The phone is ringing, my palms get a little clammy. When I talk, my voice is broken. Yes, I'm embarrassed, but I make a decision to just be upfront. I say, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'd like to ask if there's anything you can help me with my payments. Recently, I just got laid off. It was very unexpected, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take to find a job in this job market. The person on the other end, they're kind. They say, I'm sorry you're going through this. Let me see what we can do. And then they come back and say, okay, we can put you on minimum payments for 6 months with no interest. I'm just sitting there going, wait, what? 6 months? No interest? I didn't even know that was an option. It's not advertised anywhere. You have to call and ask. And after those 6 months, they moved me to a lower interest rate. That was one phone call. It was less than 10 minutes. My monthly cash flow changes immediately. I let out this big breath of relief. It was empowering and very encouraging. Oh, I can actually do this. So I kept going. I then called my car insurance. They give me a small discount. Not huge, but something. But here's what I do next. And this is the move that I think most people might miss. I call a different car insurance company just to compare. And the new quote, over $100 less per month than what I was paying. Over $100 less every single month. I switched right away. So what I'm saying is these calls feel scary before you make them. But every single person I spoke to, every one of them was quite nice and kind, because a lot of people are going through this right now. We just have to ask. Now let's talk about the calls. Here's everyone worth calling. Call your mortgage company if you have one and just ask what your options are. A lot of them have hardship programs where you can pause your payments or pay less for a while if things are tight. Talk to your landlord. Rent isn't as fixed as people think. If you've been a solid tenant, which you are, I'm sure, that actually matters. It's expensive and it's a hassle for them to find a new tenant. So many landlords would rather work something out with you. Ask for a temporary reduction, even 10 to 15% for a few months, adds up to real money. Your student loan servicer. If you have federal loans, go to studentaid.gov and look at income-driven repayments. Your monthly payment could drop to zero while you're not working. Your auto lender, most will let you defer a payment or two and add it to the end of the loan. If you're still on your employer's insurance, even if it's just until the end of the month, ask for a 90-day supply of any prescriptions, go to dental, eye, and other appointments before your coverage ends. Because here's something people don't really think about. Even when you land your next job, there's often a waiting period before your new health insurance kicks in. That gap can be expensive. A 90-day supply bridges that gap. And while you have them on the phone, ask about generic alternatives. Same medication with fraction of the cost. Medical bills, hospitals almost always have hardship programs. Call and ask. You'll be surprised what they'll do. And your utilities, electric, gas, water, all of them have hardship programs most people don't really know about. There you have it, a spreadsheet, 4 categories, a list of calls to make, subscriptions to cancel, trips to refund, all of it really adds up. And that's the good news. It means there are actually more ways to lower your monthly expenses than you probably thought. You have more runway than you think. You just have to find it. I know that was a lot, but that's kind of the point, because it means you have options. These are the things I gathered and learned through my own layoffs the hard way. And I'm putting them all in one place for you. I hope it's helpful, because I know you're already overwhelmed and your time and energy, you need those for other things right now. Here's the thing. Just pick one thing. Make one call. Cancel one subscription or check one cancellation window. Just start small. Which one of these felt most urgent for you today? Was it the phone calls, the subscriptions, or are you sitting there thinking about something else on your list? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And when you're ready, there is part 2. Because everything we talked about today is about cutting what's going out. Part 2 is about bringing money in. We're going to talk about how I almost covered my entire mortgage from one spare room. The side hustles that give you income and structure. And one decision I made in 2008 that cost me over $100,000. So you don't have to make the same mistake. It's ready when you are. I'll link it down here. Take care of yourself. I'll see you there.